Thanks very much. And I'd specifically like to thank Jen and Mark for hosting this wonderful event. It's so nice to see so many familiar and wonderful faces here. I hope that the series gets off the ground running and that we can continue to give poetry the much deserved space that it needs here in Brooklyn. The pieces that I'm going to read come from my book that just came out. I'd like to thank Samantha from Dead Birds Press and all of the other people who helped make this possible. I'm just going to read a few pieces. I'll try not to talk too much in between them. The ones that I wanted to read from come from a series called Subway Progressions. And this first one that I'm going to read is called Differences Divided. Thanks. Differences Divided. It was the summer day that I began to see the ways that we as a group moved in unison with the sway of the subway car, that F train, the lack of air conditioning, and you there beside me those 2 stops before you kissed me goodbye, and I found a seat to find the sitting was complicit with the acknowledgement of the disacknowledgement of all the passengers. The woman next to me, her New Yorker in hand, slowly swayed against my skirt, and her sitting on me and my sitting and our sitting on each other with each other gave me the sensation that the bar was much too high, that the expectation on that sunny summer day was just for sweat, was for silence, was for the swelteringness of our existences together, apart. Alone, I took out the book. I began to rummage through it, looking at hers as she looked at mine. Unfortunately, on this particular Wednesday, the names and faces had all been erased. And so I stood up. Was she pregnant? I don't know. The brooks of water of words that never got spoken remain a mystery to me as we stumble into the autumnness of our demise. 23rd Street. The color of her shoes began to seep into my sneakers, and I felt the oozing of her urgency. Perhaps to pee, perhaps not. I remember the sounds of his chewing as they swarmed beside him, trying to muster up the courage to remain immune to the sounds of the cows that now inhabited the herds of our F. The train screeched to a halt, and all of us together, stopped to remember the sounds of that summer.